Hello, this is Pixie doing another video. So what we're going to talk about today. 1 meal a day. I've been doing a 1 meal a day diet for a bit. It feels like the results are slowing down, and I think my initial findings was quite exciting, but it seems to be changing a bit now. So I might have to mix it up. So I think there's a few things that are going on. The body's adapted, and I need to also remember that the body produces a muscle growth hormone, so that can basically make you retain some weight in the form of muscle. So you might be getting stronger. You know, it's no different than somebody who went down the gym. They're burning calories, and the body's trying to put muscle on because it doesn't want to lose strength. It wants you to be an effective hunter, and it's kind of what's required. If you go into sort of survival mode, you're basically adapting yourself so that you're able to hunt more efficiently. You're not being a grazer. You're going from one mode to the next. So some people will comment and say you do look a little bit slimmer. You look slimmer, and here and there. And I looked on the scales. I thought, yes, I've lost some weight. That's great. And that seems to be sort of evening out. But scales aren't the best way to measure your health. They're just one method, a part method. So I might go down more drastic measures, and possibly what I'll do is I'll do some kind of just solids fasting, just like don't eat for a couple of days, and see what the impact of that does. Maybe I could go longer. Just want to sort of bringing it down weight, and it's a fun way of saving money as well. It's good for willpower, which taps into stuff like no contact stuff I mentioned about, and rebuilding yourself after whatever you've gone through. It's a bit like the other day, someone told about a husband who's only 50 and he's just dropped down dead. He just had a brain hemorrhage or something, and he was a haemophiliac, so and it just it just happened to him basically. So she's sort of left with a big void now, and my advice was to the mother, when she mentioned about that, I said, well, now the only thing she needs to do is fill that void, and to do things in that time she'd normally spend with him, be going out and doing things, because that's the only way to sort of develop and heal from that. You've got to put something back in there. You've got to plant the seed and grow it. It's the only way emotionally. People think you can heal by not doing anything, and not unless you're going to forget everything that's happened. I mean, it's not the way to heal at all. You have to make. You basically hold on to things because they've got value, and the only time you let go is when you come across something with a greater value. So it's the dog and the bone theory. So the dog finds this bone, it's his favourite bone, it holds on to it, and it may not be a very good bone. It doesn't. That's irrelevant. It's got a high value to this creature because it defines its it gives it a sense of definition to its character. Status sort of thing. It's a lot of people. They might have had lots of unpleasant relationships, but they wear them like badges. If they fall out with you or something, they'll say, oh well, I had this in my other relationships or something. But it's not. I mean, I don't know what's going to be a cutting remark, but then it doesn't make you sound very good, does it? And if you kind of see it as a level sort of experience, or you're putting it as something, so it's this kind of status. So it supports if you want to be a victim, if you want to be a success. It's all about how you apply this status, this information, but it's not really so relevant. It's only relevant what's going on now in your life. And so things like, with your no contact, things like the fasting, you will lose weight, but you don't want to lose weight for the other person. You want to lose weight so you can feel better about yourself. And also the discipline it takes to do fasting, or to do 1 meal a day, and because it draw people in. People say, look, your skin looks better, your eyes look brighter. You know, they say nice things about you, and they want to know why. And then they go, oh really? And then they get very interested because it's like this new science you're telling them or something. So it's a law there. People will be very interested in that. So it's always worth doing your research on your foods. It may be very different if you're doing 1 meal a day and you're vegan. You might have a different approach to it. But I'm finding my weight's even off at the moment, and I don't know if it's to do with the hormones. Maybe I'm producing more muscle. Maybe changes. Because I probably would be drawing stuff from the muscle tissue, sugars. So therefore, my body may be trying to use the muscles as a way of storing sugars if it gets hold of it. It can convert protein into sugars as well, I got told. So that would be one of the ways. And it's more difficult to lose weight, so it's starting to sort of, at the moment, so that's why I've got to swing it around, mix it up a bit. And so go on a fast for a while when you feel tired. When I feel tired anyway, not when you feel tired, I start eating. Yeah, just boost with a lot of really good food, really nutritious food. That way you're tanked up with your omega oils, or your vitamins and other things come into your body, and you'll be fine. Worth looking at minerals you might need. Magnesium things. So I could take Ormus for that. That's pretty, that's a pretty cool thing as well. You can have minerals during your fast. It's not a problem because minerals aren't the same as proteins and vitamins and other things like that, and sugars. And so that's progress. So I'll probably be going on a maybe 2-3 day fast. Maybe I'll push it to Sunday. It'll be 4 days. I'll just see how it goes really, and then I'd have to be checking the scales all the time, and it might tell me that there's an optimum time, like a 48-hour fast might give you more calorie burn than say if you went into if I went into something like over 60 hours or something. It might be a different kettle of fish. Stuff around no contact. I did another video, but I can replace it with this one. I was just reading some stuff on someone, and he did a 5 months without communicating with the person. Then he saw something on the dating profile and he cracked. And his ultimate mistake really is that if you're going to reach out with your mind. Don't reach out with your heart. So what do you value about the person as a person? Because if the other person's rejected you or doesn't want any contact with you, they're either just clearing themselves and doing their emotion, but they're not interested in an emotional relationship with you. So you have to accept that they've moved away from that. And if you reach out with your heart, it's going to have no impact on theirs. It's going to reinforce maybe the reasons why they went. And I was reading this person, and the thing is, the pain's in there as well. So he'll say that he's been thinking about this person every day. So 5 months thinking about it every day is not so great. I mean, I did write my own little letter, but I've said sort of thinking maybe a couple of times about you each week. I said I care about you. I avoided the word love because love's a bit toxic. You can say it. It feels good to say it because you've been indoctrinated with the Disney lifestyle. That's telling someone to love them makes them feel good. It doesn't. It makes you feel good. It doesn't make them feel good. They might do if they're looking for that word. Does the person care about me? They might think, oh great, he loves me, or she loves me, but it's probably best not to say that. And I've also mentioned that love is war, and it's a battle of wills. So you need your willpower needs to be stronger than your love power, basically. There's times you can up your game there. You just make sure that you're in your best. Maybe as best as you can physically and mentally. You're going to put a lot of energy, that kind of energy into it. So, for me, I can go meet someone, but the thing is, I probably would like to meet them at my best. And at the moment, I'm not in contact with the other person. I just want to meet up as a friend. So I've got my own game plan, basically. Everyone should have their own game plan, but I think it should be friendship. People think I want the relationship back. And I mean, after 5 months, you know, what is the guy missing? Does he want her for sex? You know, what does he want? He want her for love? So he's basically said he missed her every day. He said we've both made mistakes and stuff, things that she might not think that. So well, all the mistakes were down to you. So him trying to split the guilt and stuff like that. It's coercion. The person is manipulating. He's basically doing emotional stuff. He should be better off to say, I've decided to write you, and I was thinking about you the other day. Then have to say I was thinking about it all the time and wondering how you're doing. And then he said some stuff about himself. Thank you. You know, you could showcase yourself a little bit, but not too much. You just got to be kind of smart how you deal with things. Yeah, because you just want to draw a bit of interest in there, but you're not really trying to draw them completely. And if they're not interested in communicating with you after that, sod it, just get on with your life. I mean, there might be an opportunity where you might send a Christmas card a year later, but I really no point because they're not making any effort for you, so you don't matter to them. That's not so good. You know, but what you would do then, I mean, so you made the initial contact, leave it. If there's maybe places you used to go or stuff, you don't go there to see them, but if they see people that know you, they may pass that on and say, I saw him, he looks alright, or she looks alright, and you're just really showcasing that you're back to normal, you're doing your own thing, you're happy with your life, and all you've done is left the door open for them, and that's that. And what you need to establish is it's a new relationship. Everything's gone to zero. You might have an advantage if you know bits about them, but you don't use the old relationship to gain leverage over them, because by doing that you're reminding them of the past relationship. And I think the other thing with the L word, is if it's used by other people, other partners, and it went wrong, in essence you're reminding them of that. Remember the dog and bone theory I was saying about? I didn't probably finished it off. So, you know, that if they're still holding on to that bone in some way, like they still have a thing slightly for their ex, you know, or they might think, oh, it's a shame it didn't work out. They talk about love and doing things that maybe make them think of their ex is probably not a good idea. You might not realise you're doing it. But if they do bring it up, you want to be quite. It's not good. It's not good if someone says to talk about their ex. They might want to maybe you would want you just to hear them and then just that's it. But I wouldn't really discuss your own history. It's not really a blokey thing to do. I mean, not actually proud of having lots of relationships, but I don't think anyone. You know, what's important is possibly what you're not looking for in a relationship, rather than what's actually happened in the one previous to you, the one before. It depends on the individual. Just if you care about someone, you're territorial, and sometimes people talk about these sorts of things like a test. They're testing how you respond. Are you the jealous type? All these sorts of things. So you're just playing into some sort of game. Because if I'm told that's something that some women do, maybe some men do this test as well. They've got their own version of it. So they might do the push me, pull me. So they might be a kind of say nice things, but then also have a sort of pushback on it as well. So it can't, I think basically gets under the radar, that's what it is. And it's processing two thoughts at the same time. So it's usually humour, mixing humour with flattery or something. And equally, what's her or the other person's rebound reaction from that? Do they come back with a joke or whatever? So that's that. So dog and bone as well. Yeah, when it comes to healing, is that you need to create something that makes you want to give up that bone. So if you hold on to a painful experience, if you define relationship from the last one you had, the word relationship, you think, oh, that's what it means. then you need to have another version of what a relationship is to let go of that bone. Now, people can't let go of the bone. They will always keep going out with the same type of partners and making the same problems. They're following a model. What they need to do is they need to have some deep evaluation. What do they really want? And another thing is, how much are they like their parents? I mean, are they looking for someone like their mum? Are they looking for someone like their dad? And if they don't think their mum and dad are that great as people, if they're not perfect, I mean, nobody's perfect, but if they're kind of not really where they'd like to be in the future, then they should really be evaluating that model. You know, what's important and what they want out of life, and then be focused on that. Because once you've played around for so many years and you've had a bit of fun, you might want to be really a bit more serious about what you want in life. Because you may want to just put that, you know, once you get it right, put it behind you. I mean, it's always work in progress, but then you can focus on other goals in your life. Where do you want to be, you know? Do you want to start a family in the future? What your career focus is, maybe where we want to live in the world. You don't have to live in the same country all the time. And other things. Your spiritual, mental growth. Thick and fast, these cars, thick and fast. So yeah, it's all quite important. So summarise, if you reach out, use your mind, write a letter, you know, read it, think about it, does it sound right, would you like to receive that letter? Imagine someone you don't fancy wrote you that letter, and if it sounds like a lovey-dovey letter, if you imagined it was from something that would gross you out, like your grandma writ, and she's saying, always thinking of you, the way you look, the way you make me feel, stuff like that. You're like, and they're like, well, I don't even think about you, so how can I do that? You know, it's kind of that be the viewpoint. And God, this person's emotional. You know, that's more sort of this feminine sort of thing. And maybe it's the attraction in the person. Maybe women are attracted to men's logic or that kind of element. And what they want to do is maybe they want to be the kind of feminine half in that person. But if he's very feminine, they don't really have any space. They develop it, you know, that sort of way. So it's because they want to balance people out, I guess. They're the builders, the creators of society. Well, we're the hunters and gatherers and all these sorts of wonderful things. Yeah. So we're the builders to our temple goddesses, or whatever that might be to opposite. And then, let's say for the fasting, I'll come back with any solid results. I'm going to start weighing myself, and then I sort of let you know that this works, this doesn't work. Or the body's just adapting, so you've just got to keep on changing your game plan. And maybe I might have to measure my biceps and things and figure out if it's a muscular changes and stuff like that. Anyway, this is Piggy signing off, and speak to you soon.